Holistic Life. Yay! Gave me 37 minutes. Please like and share and subscribe, my channel, because I want to grow uh in my subscribers. I want to be able to go live, boo, like I used to. So pass the word, please, since they want to ban me from most of the lives. Let's get back to the Yahusha, because this is where they want to deny that Mary Magdalene is relevant. I'm not saying to give this woman credit, and you don't even gotta like her, because it's obvious that you hated her from the gate. You said she was 7 demon possessed. You said that she was a prostitute. Of course, they're all prostitutes, right? They're all hoes. Even though, patriarch, you have forced women into that position, right? Right, patriarch? Let's not talk about, because again, you hate woman, but you want to be her. Why? Because I've never seen so many men switch the other side that easy, because they're not getting their way. And it sounds to me you're very immature, patriarch, because if things don't go your way, you have a tantrum, right? So the 12 laws of the universe, again, explain that we have a thing called the law of gender. Okay, like we have the law of polarity, like we have the law of duality. Now, if the devil came to conquer your mind through division of oneself, then of course it took all the concepts that were supposed to teach you how to unify yourself, and basically they divided you from within, including cause confusion, which is the chaos out of order, which is divide to conquer agenda. So if they're going to use politics, religions, race, um, you know, uh, classification based on monetary gain, they're going to use all these things like entertainment. They're going to use all these vices to divide people's minds. I think they did a great fuck job doing that shit. One thing I can say is that they sure unite towards their common goal. So what is your problem that you can't unite for each other? It's all about oneness. If the law of the prophets is basically love one another, love God, love yourself, love one another, evolve in love, then what is the message here? Simple. So a lot of these religions were principles to teach you moral values, teach you how to better yourself. Okay, I'm not mad at religion, because it's taught me a lot. But you cannot be confused with spirituality, and just because a person reads a card or has a crystal or wears certain attire does not make them spiritual because of what they practice. Spirituality is actually connecting with the essence, okay, that derives from the source, which is God. That's how you resource yourself. That's the energy that you live and feed off. That's what gives you life. This is why we say mind, body, and spirit, because spirit is very much relevant, because it's the essence that lives inside of things that gives things life. The electrical charge, like the atom that sits here and produces and replicates itself. So it's like creator creates, and the creation creates, and then the creation creates, and then it's just this ongoing pattern. And that's how everything just functions and keeps moving. But when you try to go against the normal life or flow, the flow of creation or the universe or life source, guess what? You gonna cause problems for yourself and obstacles. And this is why we out here really paying for centuries of karma. And all you keep doing is repeating it, because you keep telling yourself the same story that was given to you through the program. At some point, I'm not telling you to discredit no information. You know what I'm saying? It ain't up to me to tell you what to think and how to think. But, my job is to guide you in the right direction, correct? Because I have a big responsibility when it comes to, I don't want to lead people astray or pay for it. So all those who are out here putting misinformation without really testing its theory, because they don't have time. They just go out here and keep spreading misinformation, and then they call the truth a lie and a lie a truth. I mean, it makes sense. You're gonna be confused at the end of the day, and you might just not acknowledge any of it whatsoever enough for you to learn, gain, and evolve. But we know that the English language is a trickery type language. It has multiple meanings, multiple ways of translating it, multiple symbols. It's a double-edged sword. It's cursed. That's why they would write cursive, because it would seal the curse. Okay? Like Latin, that speaks to the dead. That's old language. Okay? This is why when you translate words, it changes the meaning, thus value of the whole energy altogether. If God also lies in that sound or vibration, the fact that they sat here and changed different vowels and consonant is a very big deal. So on the last chapter, I remind people that, they tampered the book, the basic instructions before leaving Earth. It's basically trying to tell you how to ascend, yo. It's not complicated. But you took it personal to where you out here persecuting people over this shit, dog. You killing people over your own religion, dog. And I don't think that's what God intended whatsoever. You are missing the mark, boo. That's what sin really means. You're missing the point. You're failing, boo. You're not making the cut. Evolution, the word evolution is evolve. And the word love is in that word. So, if you here to evolve in your own atom, in your spirituality, in your growth, because you're going back to the alpha, the omega, you going back to your source, that's the reason why you empty today. And this is why you out here seeking information, trying to seek everything which is already inside of you. So illumination is somewhere you wake your ass up and you become receptive to the knowledge within. Which some of us, we possess pretty much the archive, right? The whole book of the library. See, the Vatican don't got nothing on me. But the Vatican, which by the way was ran by the Jesuits, which by the way got taken over by the secret societies. The church was divided from the gate because they were being persecuted, but this is why I tell these Masons, when did you sit here and try to mix occult knowledge and esoteric? When did the school of wisdoms start becoming practicing covenants, of witchcraft? You understand? When everything you believe is based on the keys of Solomon, which is in your own Bible. But see, this is all telling me that it's contradictory. It's to create contradiction within yourself. So all it is knowledge to divide oneself. It ain't to unify oneself when the law of oneness says we are all one. So what I do unto others is done to me. That's the law of karma. You are binded by karma. You're binded by the law. And the more you keep believing, the more you binded by the belief. So, yeah. Including by your own self, your knowledge of yourself. The devil teaches you about yourself, your tree of conscience, your good and evil. The tree of knowledge, the tree of life, the tree of good and evil, y'all. These are all trees that we bear within ourselves, just like our family tree. So let's get back on track, really. It goes back to, who are you? Why are you here? What are all these things relevant if it ain't gonna help you to grow? If a lesson is there through darkness, there to teach you knowledge and a lesson, you take that knowledge and retrieve it and make it wisdom, which means you apply what you learned. So if I'm reading this Bible, which is giving me examples of different circumstances that we all go through, because we can find examples for everybody. It's a reference. Okay, a lot of things are metaphorical as well, so it has double meaning. But it always told you, don't even try to take this knowledge at face value and try to interpret it yourself, because honey, you sit here now developing imaginary theories, and now you creating your realities based on these imagination theories. Okay, creating your own monsters basically. Okay, when we here to cut the pattern of karma, we here to free souls from the trap of reincarnation. We here to help souls ascend off the prison planet, which in Book of Enoch, you want to bash Enoch, but Enoch is explaining to you kind of the little pre-server. So when you look at all these other religions, they kind of break that down. When you look at the power of God, which is through masculine and feminine energy, the Trinity, it's all about Trinity, boo. This is why mankind, you forgot how to be Trinity. You thought that Adam and Steve was going to be Trinity, right? You thought that you were really the man, that you really above God in understanding, because you want to reference yourself to it. That's like Lucifer wanting to be God, wanting to be separate, not understanding that we all work together towards common goal, which is towards you getting the hell out of the pits of hell, boo. Okay? And if you look at dimensionally, you are really closer to hell than you are to heaven, then all of y'all should probably shut the hell up and not have an opinion about nobody and start working on your elevation. That would be the smart thing to do. So you set yourself up through your own contradiction. That's why I say manifest that in your life and see what happens. Because most of us, we've been fighting ourselves the whole time and don't know why. Just because this world taught us to hate ourselves. Guess what, boo? If I am all that I am and God is inside of me, then I need to love myself, and I need to love the God that's within me and outside of me, and the God that's within you. Namaste. Because when I look at you, you're my reflection. We are one. If there's something I don't like that's inside of you, I need to start focusing on my inner vibrations, my frequencies. Because it's about law of attraction. And if you don't know your 12 laws of the universe, you pretty much screwed. You out here thinking your religion is where it's at. When all the religions complement the 12 laws of the universe, you can sit here and say, well, New Age is demonic. Well, the fact that you affirm that and you believe that and you manifest that for yourself, you creating that reality for yourself by accessing it through allowing it, opening that thought, okay? By even going there. This is why it's very much important you watch the thoughts that you tell yourself, the images, the words. Words are spell. They cast spells. You can bless and curse people out of the same mouth. And when people talk about witchcraft, you look at Book of Psalms, it's all about spell casting and how to take somebody out through the power of spell casting. Okay? They talk about incense is demonic, but all throughout the Bible, they talk about frankincense and myrrh and all the different oils and all the different stones, that the heaven was covered in different stones and sapphires and crystals. Oh, okay. Because at the end of the day, that's contradiction, boo. No, you lack understanding. Thus you judge. When it's the opposite, you need to have understanding and thus not judge and be patient and tolerant and allow the energy to transmute what it needs to do, because that's a law too. You have the ability to transmute energy. So nothing should really be written in stone anyway. And since you're here to really write your story, which is a mystery, it hasn't been written yet. So stop repeating his version to the story, because that's only one version of what really happened. When you look at God's truth, it's 360 degrees of knowledge. So you got different perspectives and perceptions. You're not even big enough to see through God's eyes. There's not even enough vessel for you to intake all its energy. You will explode trying to connect with God's energy. It's too powerful for your little vessel. So the fact that you consider yourself, bitch, you need to know your place, though, in order to understand and be humble to the power that's greater than you, man, and bow down. It's all about hierarchy in this fucking game that you call chess. But who's playing? Are you playing? Are you a throne? Are you a heavenly host? Are you playing this game? Because I'm going to tell you like this. If you really are an architect of this universe and you here to help co-create with the creator, then your vision your vision of what you're trying to create should be good for everybody involved. It should come from a whole unity consciousness mindset. There shouldn't be no division or division theory inside of your little brain. So, The Christ existed. The fact that you believe in his existence is what's going to save you, because it's a gateway. Okay, it's a portal. And at the end of the day, everything is fulfilling prophecy. You're sealed by the curse of the Bible. That means you're sealed by its prophecy. So the Masons are using that as a blueprint. This is why you think everything's a prediction. There's no fucking newness in this story, boo. There's no newness. It's the same shit over and over. Nothing new under the sun. This is why I'm looking at you crazy. It says here, Philippians 3, breaking with the past. Do you understand the past? The devil lived in the past, boo. To resent, to refeel, to rethink, have you stuck in the past, in his story, bro. That's why I tell you. For the rest, my brothers, rejoice in the Lord. I find writing you these things no burden. And for you, it is a safeguard. It says you need to beware of these unbelieving dogs. Watch out of these workers of evil. You need to be on guard against those who mutilate. It is we who are the circumcision, so we break through the bullshit with our truth, okay, who worship in the Spirit of God. We connect direct with God. We don't sit here and go on beliefs. We actually connect with its power. We're not sitting here connecting with a theory or intellect. We making that a reality, boo, by connecting its energy without using thoughts, boo, because the thoughts is what go in the way of the connection. Your intellect cannot comprehend or grasp its immensity. This is why you will sit here and put God in categories, okay? And out here create 1,000 theories and names. Okay. But you still not trying to connect with its power and be trine, trinity, oneness with it. Glory in Christ Yahusha rather than putting our trust in the flesh. Though I can be confident even there, anyone thinks he has the right to put his trust in external evidence, all the more can I. I was circumcised on the 8th day, being the stock of Israel and the tribe of Benjamin, Hebrew of Hebrew origin, legal observant. I was a Pharisee, and so zealous that I persecuted the church. I was above reproach when it came to justice based on the law. But those things I used to consider gain, I have now repraised as loss in the light of Christ. Christ take all that out. I think all that divides you within yourself and others, it's going to break all that. I have come to rate all as loss in the light of surpassing knowledge of my Lord Yahusha Christ. For his sake I have forfeited everything. I have accounted all else rubbish, that Christ may be my wealth, and I may be in him, not having any justice of my own based on the observance of the law. The justice I possess is that which comes from through faith in Christ. So you will be saved by your own faith, not by the law, not by your deeds, works, none of that. You will be saved because of your faith in the light. Okay? And it has its origins in God. It's based on faith. I wish to know Christ, the power that's flowing from his resurrection. Likewise, to know how to share in his suffering. Okay? You're going to have to carry your own cross, fool. And by being formed into a pattern of his death. So you have to go through these transformative, okay, transmutative type process, okay? You going from carbon to crystal to light body. You're becoming pure essence. You go back to God, basically. I do hope that I may arrive at resurrection from the dead. It is not that I have reached it yet or have already finished my course, but I'm racing to grasp the prize if possible, since I have been grasped by Christ. Brothers, I do not think of myself as having reached the finish line. I give no thought to what lies behind, but push on what is ahead. My entire attention is on the finish line as I run towards the prize which God calls me. Life on high in Christ Yahusha. All of us who are spiritually mature must have this attitude. If you see it another way, God will clarify the difficulty for you. Allow God to help you with your perception and to show you the real perspective of things. It is important that we continue on our course no matter what stage we have reached. So it never ends, boo. And if Yahusha superseded this world, so can you. You cannot be binded by its concept, beliefs, stories. Do you understand? Even though these were and came to pass, they're not relevant towards where we're headed. It's only relevant to you because you want to find answers in the things that at the end of the day don't give you closure. The closure is also forgiveness and surrender and accept and move the fuck on. Let go and let God. Because I'm sorry. You know, God is going to require you to put in the work. Faith without works is dead. So you can believe all you want, but if you ain't showing through your action what you mean, God don't hear what you say. He look at your fruits. He look at your works, your deeds. And God don't like sin because there's no sin in God. God is sinless. God, it lies in the purity, in the essence of purity, the essence of the light. So in everything that is righteous, higher vibrational, agape love, the highest love of all. Most people can never really, besides Yahusha, because he laid his life down for you, nobody has reached those heights enough to sit there and say, well, I can sit at the right hand of the Father. Better yet, compare yourself to the Father. Because you derive from it. You come from the source. So the only way for you to stay alive is through the source. You see what I mean? At some point, when the material no longer becomes relevant for you, it will dissipate. You will be left in the essence of God. So you as consciousness, that's what you need to focus on, is your consciousness. This is a battle of the soul. And at the end of the day, when you transcend into this level, you lose part of yourself, yo. You turn into something, you demonize yourself. You turn into something that's less desirable. You demoralize your values. Okay? We here on behalf of our ancestors because we continue the story. Reflection, sadness. When we look back at our past and everything that we've done, we're not so proud. We shouldn't be walking around proud in vain. We should be putting our head down, you know what I'm saying, asking forgiveness and being humble. This is an understanding that you are really protected, because I don't care how many armies you got, elites, how much weaponry you got, how much surveillance you got, how much artificial intelligence and robots you got. This is telling me that the light that protects us, the anointed ones, okay, is far beyond your understanding or comprehension or reproduction or replica. You cannot mock it. You cannot mess with it. You cannot break it. You cannot break the seal of anointment that is on people, okay, that are here to do this job. This is why these people need to sit their ass down. A lot of people are upset that you have this kind of protection and they can't break it. They done hired the damn Church of Satan after your ass. You would think that's the main headquarters of it all, right? With the head honcho with the crazy eye. I'm telling you right now, you sent the Church of Satan after my ass. You sent Luciferians, Eastern Stars. You sent different covens. You sent all sorts of demons, literally like the whole hell. You sent me the whole hell, honey, even the Vatican. I even had the Vatican on my neck. See, in none of them. This is why they out here trying to dissect your DNA. They trying to figure out what the hell is this shield? What's this anointment that y'all possess? What's this light that transmutes and changes and resuscitates and resurrects and gives life to life? Yeah. And the fact that you're abundant, which means you're a phoenix, you keep refurbishing, you keep gaining, even though they want you to lose. This is regarding your faith. This is about sabotaging your faith, because this is about your faith. So if they can sit here and mess with your faith and your belief system, it's very, very self-explanatory. But why can't you look at theories as the same shit and go with the flow? and stop allowing these things to be an obstacle. Because let's just get straight to the point. We here to love each other. So let's get to work. Whatever is impeding you with your heart, because all life flows out of the heart. This is what came out, flows and love. Everything that comes out of the heart gives life. So if your chakras are really these dimensions, in and out, right? The inner world is the outer world. And each chakra is represented by these dimensions. Shouldn't you be focusing on your upper chakras then? Which is the part that you are rejecting because you're demonizing yourself with superficiality and materialism and density. You trying to find the spiritual satisfaction through density, and they're anti-matter. It doesn't go well, boo. They're at war with each other. They don't see eye to eye. And it's you trying to take one over by replacing it with these stupid ideations, which at the end of the day, you know, you call it evolution, but you're going backwards though. In some aspects you think you have progressed, but at what price? What's the price you having to pay for your progression, boo? Exterminating life so you could be right? That's all you care about is being right, mankind. You don't care that you dead ass wrong, and you just here to pretty much clean up the mess and, you know, retribute your wrongs. You've allowed these aliens to dictate your reality, and, you know, I don't know what to say. Create confusion. But that's not the spirit we come from. We come from the spirit of God with Hierophant. So there's no confusion. We speak truth here. And when we come in, we shut it down. So we bring justice to all. This is like, okay? And this is what you're going to do. Anybody who trying to stop you from doing what you need to do is going to be taken out of the equation. I'm telling you right now. Because a lot of us got work to do. So with Queen of Swords and Hierophant and Justice, you're going to go out here and do what you need to do and drop these gems and help people. And you're going to be able to have the abundance and finances to help people. Because you are a real philanthropist and you are a real humanitarian, honey. And when you go somewhere, you get shit done. So at the end of the day, I don't care what these people out here saying they're doing and want to do. At the end of the day, they're full of shit. They're the ones keeping the lies alive, boo. They're the snake that needs to be cut. None of these entities or corporations or whoever's governing the people should even have a say anymore, boo. Because at this point, you need to be self-governing within your own conscience by understanding good and evil. If you need to be governed, then honey, you're a follower. But my question to you is, who are you gonna follow though? What are you following? Because this is like you struggle with different concepts, different, you know, and this is where you got to unify these things. Oneness, love. This is know thyself. This is the hermit. You're the student. So you need to understand, based on what you learn, the choices you got to make, which affect your destiny. And this is telling me, you know, a lot of people, all you trying to do is show love. And it's been nothing but obstacles. But this is like, you not concerned as much now. You concerned in educating folks, but you here to restore you here to restore balance and do what's fair. So this ain't about right or wrong, boo. This ain't about good or bad. See, let's get out of that way of thinking. Because this is like sabotaging thoughts, negative thought patterns, things that you need to put an end to. These belief systems are not conducive to your future, to what we trying to manifest. Okay? See what it says right here? All you're doing is you're worried, you're staying up at night, you're stressing. This could be somebody stressing over you. They're worried. This is somebody who betrayed you. Five of Swords. These are also your negative, maybe your thoughts. This could be represented in the form of thoughts. These thoughts don't serve you. They keep you in your head. You out here really deceiving yourself. And at the end of the day, you need to put an end to all these things that you have seen. You know they're not helping you. So remove, like Yahusha tell you, cut it. Cut shit out of your life you know is not relevant. It ain't gonna help you. So this is a King of Swords who's, this is representing our male who's supposed to be logical, living in his truth, speaking his mind, being out of his throat chakra. This is a person who's looking back, who's reevaluating their past, saw the choices they make, saw that their way doesn't work. They're stressing about these endings in their life because God is just shutting shit down for them. And they're really thinking about this Five of Swords, the way they've dealt with the situation. This is also, this person knows something might be coming your way. Somebody or something is coming your way. Maybe they know somebody wants to work with you because this is somebody who lost opportunity to do so because they didn't believe in you. Because once again, your belief systems will have you in the way. Will have you not be able to elevate in your thinking and be able to accept one another. That's why I said it's designed to divide us, Transformation. Okay? Alchemical force. They're going through changes. Everybody's going through this death, rebirth. And people are going through changes. And, you're very intelligent. You understand energy. This is why you don't judge shit. You've learned to not judge anything because you understand everything has a purpose. With the ghost, even the past serve its purpose. You got to be grateful, accept it for what it is. But this person messed up an opportunity to go with the flow. They were fighting love. Why would you fight love knowing that that's what you want? That's what you came for. This is what you came for. And you're rejecting and fighting it. All because they don't like what you have to say. They don't like your position. They don't accept it. And I'm sorry, patriarch. Until you can't learn to work with matriarch, the opposite energy, you're going to have a hard time in life. You're barely going to have a life left. You're going to exterminate yourself because of your anger. You're self-deleting yourself, dog. That's why most people, you need to reject. If you feel this anger within yourself, you need to reject it. You may not know where it's coming from. It could be you picking it up from other people, okay? But you need to reject this. This is not yours. Send it back. Send it back. It's not yours. Because us who understand what I'm coming from, we on a higher frequency. We don't allow this to dominate our thoughts. And if we do, before it turns into bitterness or resentment, I'm already having to clear it, okay, and deal with it and address it. Because I already learned from the past that I will not allow these emotions to linger. This is energy that I can use either creatively, productively, or push me to go out here and create justice for others and myself, okay? Because instead of you being mad about what's happening, do something about it. Do something positive. This is an emotion telling you need to address this. Okay, it's telling you something's wrong. So instead of you rejecting what's wrong and calling it wrong, why don't you look at it for what it is and deal with it? But these are people who feed into their anger because their reptilian brain, their brain can't go that far to actually reflect and meditate without a reaction. They going on straight reaction. We were designed to do that. Okay, we were programmed to do that, like impulse reaction. Okay, fight or flight, especially if you base on like fear consciousness. Okay, and survival instinct. It's the natural, animal kingdom to sit here and react, okay, out of impulse when you are feeling threatened, okay? And these are people who are threatened by your light, they're threatened by your energy. You know what I'm saying? It's new to them. They don't know if they can trust it because this is people who assume based on their experience, on the past. They're basing their future and present on the past. And those are not the same things. They're not. But you're keeping yourself stuck in that timeline because that's the choice you're making based on your thoughts and what you choose to believe, what you're manifesting, and the choices you make. And that's where the rotating constant wheel comes in, the figure eight. That's why I call them figure eight skaters. They just lollygag around, wasting time. Eventually, they gotta wake up and say, "Hold up, I'm frustrated doing the same old shit." Eventually, you fall down that rabbit hole. You gotta get yourself out. You know what I mean? And this is where we gotta balance the energies. We can't sit there and act like one doesn't exist. The shadow exists. So people who suppress shadow gonna come out harder. It's gonna turn into a beast. It's gonna flex itself, like, we call it the ego. Edging got out. Because when we are in our higher selves, we are conscious of the creator. The creator makes us conscious of what's outside of us, that there are other things that exist that are just as relevant as you, and we have that common respect for living things, no matter what its position is. That's the respect we talking about. You know what I mean? Because we're not intrusive. We're not trying to conquer anything. We're not trying to take, steal, or kill. So this only goes relevant for those who are greedy and gluttonous and vain and lustful, the empty hole that they trying to fill up because they choose to separate from God and they don't choose to connect with that force in order to be whole and balanced. Right? Balancing the physical and, the material and the spiritual. And these are people who are only concerned with comfort, with, again, the finer things in life, but not understanding that the right goes with the left. The pain goes with pleasure. The dark goes with the light. You won't be able to see neither and identify them without it. Question is, what are you doing with the information once you have learned it? Are you applying this in your life, or it's just something that you sitting on and you shit on the toilet reading the info? It's not. It's worth nothing. That's why we got all this information and we really not doing shit with it, because all we doing is arguing, trying to be right. It's called power struggle. You still dealing with the ego. You dealing with the fact that you want to have the answers, you want to be right, you want to know it all. You want credit for what God has done. And see, God created you to give credit to God. So your primary purpose was for worship. You here to exist and just be. And use the abilities, the skills, the talents, and utilities that God gave us to sub-create this reality. But we're not on one accord, so it's kind of impossible. This is why people are being isolated. They have to relearn everything, and they need to check their intentions of their manifestation, because these are people who manifest strictly for their own self-serving. So these are people who don't think on unity consciousness level. They're not about the whole. They're not about God. They're not about peace, love, unity, or respect. So anybody want to sit here and claim, I'm here for peace, but you are the very entity who's breaking our human rights and our peace. This is why I ask these entities, why are they so involved in every aspect of your life when they're not even experts and the things that they're trying to promote or reason, like your lifestyle. These are people who are so involved in your energy and lifestyle, what you eat, what you shit, who you sleep with, that at the end of the day, it's algorithm. It's all about information for them, gaining information to use against you. So if this is InfoWars, the era of misinformation, you need to stay, you know what I'm saying? You need to watch out what information or passion you allow to drive you. Okay? What is the driving force that's motivating you in life? Period. For your reason for living. Because I believe we all have a purpose, whether you believe it or not. We all have a purpose. We all part of the schism here. We all have a role to play. So if they like to call this the play of life, it's just theatrics for them. They're all just actors playing roles, fulfilling prophecy. Then what side are you on, and what are you here to do about it? Okay? Because you can't allow what you know to be true or what is inevitable to affect what you try to create here. You know what I'm saying? You know that life comes with sadness. It comes with ups and downs. You wouldn't know what happiness is if it weren't for sadness. You need to thank the good and the bad, and stop judging it as good and bad, and start looking at what it taught you and what it brought to the table. Because it brought you motivation and determination to keep pushing. It also brought growth. It allowed you to identify and be aware of what needs to be cleansed from the past that you keep holding on to, that you keep resurfacing, remanifesting, repeating, reincarnating, redoing the carnation, okay? This life on earth in material formation without the elevation of, again, light body, your spiritual self, your ghost. The Holy Ghost is the holiest, highest ghost you could ever connect to. This is why Holy Spirit is relevant. It's part of the aspect of God. God came in the form of the sun. Were these people that came from the sun itself, the planet, like people who came from the moon and people who came from the stars? So this is a rest stop for the galaxy. Everybody came from somewhere. Some people really from here, from this planet. So if anybody would have rightful ownership or have a say over their own planet, it would be the Earthlings. Correct? So when certain outside energies come in to teach, educate, so you could be intergalactically federated with the rest of the universe, and you can come to evolution of oneness where now you can literally get along with other species other than yourselves, because the human race is the human race. It's rainbow, right? Got different shades. Look at these seashells. How many colors we got in the seashells? The different shades of color. You see, it's a decree of color, boo. It's so many. How could you sit here and act as if it's not all part of the one schism? Just because some of y'all feel superior to the next. And because of that, you are a mirror of each other and a reflection. And thus you cause each other the same old story. Without understanding why you went through that from the first place. What is it that you're choosing to not accept within yourself? Is it the differences? When those things are the very thing we can use as a forte for our progression, you